be a really beautiful island, and we'll get a chance to check out a little bit of it today. And we're just taking the dogs for a little stroll and walk, and actually found a selfie stick, so that's kind of a bonus. Hopefully it works.
We're going up Brimstone Trail, where obviously the one corner of the earth is located, and we just want to see if it really fall off the earth or not.
Up here, right?
I don't know.
So cool. have about a 75-mile journey. It'll take us basically, should take us about 15 hours if we average 5 knots, which there's no wind, so we'll have to be conservative with our electric motors. And so we'll be, it looks like pretty calm, flat seas, so that'll help with the motoring aspect and allow us to keep a good speed at a low RPM, which preserves our battery power. So hopefully we'll be able to put up some sails once we get around to about what's called Cape Friels. That's more exposed to the open North Atlantic, and we should have some good either northeasterlies or northerlies from there, and we'll be on a nice beam reach, heading down maybe a little bit of a tailwind as well.
Yeah, so and I, meanwhile, Wes prepared everything on top here. I was saving everything down in the cabin, and I fed the dogs and I walked the dogs, so they will be good until we arrive there. Let's have a little look. And I'm cooking tea, and I think it's just boiling. Yay! I'm making a tea so we stay warm. And I love green tea. It's so good for you, and it just tastes good.
I'll go down all my females. Look, they're
Oh, 120.
yeah.
Yeah, no, all good.
There's that one. Just
That looks weird.
yeah. But he goes to a female, same thing. Look.
No, the worst case scenario, we'll use our, because there's always a 120, and I have the 120 to 30
Yes.
amp.
Yes.
So I'll always be able to plug that guy in. I think it's the
Yes.
there's this very few docks, like in Lewisport, I noticed some of the docks only have 20 amp service, and I went to go plug in my cord, and of course the 30 amp is a wider diameter, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, we were bum out of luck.
Our friends Cheryl and Randy, they come and say goodbye and cast us off. Bye. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you for
Enjoy
the
your
laundry.
journey.
Thank you.
You guys are the absolute
Stay in
best.
touch.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're welcome so much.
Keep us.
There's only
Last
old
chance
shit.
to jump on.
There's only an old
If it was last night, I'd come down and kick you out of your bed if it wasn't raining.
Right on.
Thanks for coming.
We'll see you
Be
guys.
Okay.
careful, guys. Just be careful. Keep in touch.
See
We
you.
will,
will, for
absolutely.
sure.
And we'll text you that link here in just a few minutes.
Yes,
Yeah.
perfect.
Will
All
do.
right.
You'll be down with the bikini on before the January month.
We're gonna send,
Yeah.
and we're gonna send you pictures.
Yeah.
So it's pretty dark, but it's pretty cool. Good morning, sunrise. We just did our first night crossing, and it was just beautiful. We had full moon. Unfortunately, I couldn't film because it was so dark still, even though it's full moon. And we are on our way to Bonavista. And it's just gorgeous out here. The ocean is super calm. A little bit of a difficult wind today. Now we got the sails wing on wing, but maybe you explain that a little better.
It's windy.
Can you explain
Explain what?
just the wind situation?
We're going straight downwind, and we're trying to go wing on wing, which is sometimes not as easy as it sounds, especially with a little bit of swell and wave action. But we're trying. I think we're gonna roll in. Let's just roll in the Genoa.
Okay. So while we do that, the wind generators generate energy for the batteries pretty well here to charge our batteries. We arrived in Bonavista late in the afternoon. It was almost dark and it was foggy. Bonavista is a cute little town and we would have loved to stay longer, but the weather the next day was promising and we wanted to arrive in St. John's as soon as possible. Bonavista is famous for the landing made by John Cabot. His voyages to North America helped lay the groundwork for Britain's later claim to Canada. Mathew was the name of the small sailboat captained by John Cabot in 1497 from Bristol, England to Newfoundland. There are two modern replicas of the ship, one in Bristol and one in Bonavista. Imagine the adventure. They had only sails, no motors, no weather forecast, no Starlink. They had no internet. They had nothing. They just had their sails and a compass. And this building is where the replica of Mathew, the little sailboat of John Cabot, is stored. And it's a museum that you can visit in the summer times.
Thanks for watching, and please click on the subscribe link to help support us, and it also inspires us to make more videos. We have a lot of really cool content that we think you guys will enjoy coming up in the future.
And I've got a gluten-free recipe of garlic buns for you, so just keep watching. Thank you. So what you need is almond flour, tapioca flour, buckwheat flour, and a little bit of baking powder, although it also works without baking powder. It just gets a little bit fluffier. And if you don't have buckwheat flour, you can just use a little bit more of the other flours, so that works too. So we have the ingredients now all in a bowl. This is the almond flour, it's 1.5 cups. This is 1/2 cup of buckwheat flour, 1 cup of tapioca flour. This is Himalayan salt, and then I added just 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder and mix that all up. And if I feel I don't have enough water, I usually add just a little bit. If it's too, like it's a little bit too thick, so let's just add a little bit more water. So, and then at the end, I got the garlic already cut in little pieces here. If you don't like garlic, you can just omit it, or you can replace it with rosemary or some oregano, cumin. Cumin seeds are really good too, actually. And here are our buns. They stick together a little bit, but you can just break them apart. Gluten-free, delicious, healthy buns. Oh, by the way, healthy, easy, delicious on the boat and on the road and at home. You can order it at Amazon. Just Google Judith Grail and Wes Hyde. We only have one book. Thank you.